Hi guys, Zach here with a Stronghold Warlords video. In this video I'm going to show you how you can set up your settlement in order to get +5 tax. This is really important as it will mean you'll have more gold in order to spend on more troops and other buildings.
Cite your granary, Excellency.
I've decided to do this video on the map The Four Commanders. The reason is because the space each person gets to build is quite small. And I wanted to show that this could be done on any map. The purpose of this video is just to show you how you can lay out your settlement in order to get the +5 tax. It's not how you'd actually start the game. You'll see I've given myself 15 minutes peacetime and maximum resources so I can just go straight through and show you how it's laid out.
To run this building.
When you're playing multiplayer games, you will need to balance buildings for economy with also building troops and defences. So that's something you need to think about. I'm just showing you how to lay out your settlement here. That's all, and this is sort of what you're working towards. Right now, I'm trading some gold for wood, which you'll probably need to do near the start of the game. No matter on most settings. I'm also going to build 6 houses. Now, you do get a certain amount of happiness depending on the quality of houses you build. But you can build 6 I usually build 6 houses early on, and then I'll start after building those 6 houses. I'll start building superior houses. Now, one of the really important resources early on is wood, and I'm going to build between 25 and 30 wood camps just to make sure that wood is coming in early in the game. You do have to be careful with how you set up your wood camps. You'll see I do 2 rows and I leave a small gap, and that's because sometimes if you put buildings too close together, too many, then the workers can't get to some workplaces and you'll need to delete buildings, which is of course a bad thing because you only get half the resources back. So yeah, and you also need to make sure you have enough housing for the citizens for the numbers. Now I'm going to build the stone mines and iron mines. The stone mines are important so you can build walls and defences. The iron mines are very important for building troops later on. Yeah, and I'm just building those tethers. Now I'm going to build some vegetables farms. I'm going to build 7 of these. And I'm going to build some superior houses. And what you'll see is, once your happiness gets high enough, you can put up the tax bracket to the next level, which means you're going to get more gold in. So yeah, I'm going to build... Yeah, actually it's it's 9. You generally build about 9, between 8 and 10 of 9 and 10 of most of the buildings. So I'm going to build 9 tea plantations as well. But I will need to wait a bit before I can start giving citizens tea and vegetables because it takes a while for the farms to get going. So it's not like you can start it immediately, and you do have to keep an eye on. When you put your cursor over the different resources, you can see how much you've got. So you'll be able to see when you're starting to make tea and vegetables. Right, so there I've got that set up. As you keep on expanding your economy, you'll need to keep on remembering to build houses, so you have enough workers. Next, I'm going to build some silk farms, and then I'm going to build some silk workshops, and also some clothes. Now, for these, you can build between 4 and 5, generally of each. So I'm going to put my silk workshops. What you need to do is you need to make sure these buildings are close to the storehouse, because you will need to get things back and forth from the storehouse. If you place them far away, then travel time it'll take a lot longer for travelling, and you will produce less clothes overall. So I'm just building another superior house and another couple of cloth workshops. The last resource I need to sort out is the pig farms for meat. So I'm going to place 10 pig farms around the And of course you're trying to keep it all as close to the granary as possible. And because that's where all the resources need to be taken to for all your farms and plantations. Except for the silk. Now I need to wait for the resources to come in. So, and as you can see, I just can put my cursor over to see how many, if resources are building up or not. What I'm also going to need to look at is building the statues. And what these do is they increase happiness. So and the more buildings you can get in gold, the happier your citizens will be. So I tend to put one of the biggest one in the middle of the farm, next to the granaries, so to get most of my plantations. And you can see now I can put up my taxes to level 3 because my tea and vegetable plantations are now producing resources. I also put a really small statue in the middle of the houses I build. And then I'm going to place other statues around until I get it to a high enough level so I can increase the taxation again. And sometimes you will need to remove some buildings, as I'm going to do here, so I can place a statue in the middle. So yeah, there, I can put that there. And I'm probably going to need to place one more. Usually this is the last thing you do to raise it to the last level. It's just because I've rushed through it that we're increasing it to level 4 now. And now what it's a matter of doing is it's waiting for clothes and meat to be produced. And I'm always going to I'll usually put an auto build for clothes because sometimes you do run low on those. And when I'll just increase it now. And when you do that, you can put your taxation up to +5. Now you will notice that this amount of money coming up, which shows you how much money you're making. It was 126 there. So that you'll see that significantly increases. Well, it's 133 now. Now, after getting to +5 taxation, the way you're going to make more money is you're going to expand your population and have more people working, and that number will increase. On some of the bigger maps, you can get into the 180s or possibly even 90s. You might be able to even get 200 if you grow large enough. What you have to be aware, though, is the bigger your population grows, the more they will consume of vegetables, tea, and those commodities. So you will need to increase the number of farms you've got with your population. And you can see compared to the other AI players, I'm making a lot more money. Well, I hope that was helpful. So that's how to set up your settlement. Remember, this video was just showing you how to set it out, not how to start the game. This is what you're going to be working towards. You will need to, for most games, you will need to start in a different way and focus on military as well.